lost. Harry and Meghan shockingly fired by Spotify, Netflix execs and suffer huge financial penalty. Are Prince Harry and Meghan Markle getting fired? One report says the two are losing millions because they aren't making enough content for Spotify and Netflix. Gossip Cop investigates. According to In Touch, Harry and Markle are blowing their golden opportunities at Spotify and Netflix. The two signed contracts in 2020 totaling over $130 million, enabling them to stay away from the royal family. Since those contracts were signed, they have produced very little. While the couple has at least 2 projects in the works for Netflix, they don't have anything lined up for Spotify. A source says the Sussexes have been all talk and no action. Since buying a mansion and welcoming a baby, the two have only recorded 34 minutes of content. Of course, everything slowed down because of the pandemic, but they signed with Netflix 15 months ago and they've produced no content. Harry and Meghan are under pressure to deliver. There's talk they could be fired, the source said. Last month, Spotify posted a job listing to hire producers for Prince Harry and Markle's Archie podcast. Around the same time, Netflix also started recruiting staff for Markle's animated show, Pearl. The source claimed that this move shows that the two streaming services are already getting impatient, so they're taking production into their own hands. They're supposed to be much more involved, but they're clearly in over their heads. So, now other people have to come in to manage their projects for them, which adds to the experience, the source said. Additionally, the source thinks that Prince Harry and Markle's reputation is taking a hit because of their failure to release content for Spotify and Netflix. They're starting to realize fame will only get them so far. They could end up losing everything, the source said. Last week, Prince Harry drew backlash over career advice he gave in a throwback interview before his recent burnout comments. As a columnist said, "We don't all have the luxury of leaving a job." The Duke revealed how he takes care of his own mental health during a conversation hosted by Better Up last week. The Duke said, "I, similar to you Alexei, experienced burnout and throughout that burnout literally getting to the very end of everything I had." The comments drew a mixed reception, with commentator Dominique Samuels writing on Twitter, "Does Prince Harry realize how deluded and privileged he sounds?" Other social media users backed the Duke however, including LC87 Norwich, who said, "People commenting when they have zero insight into Harry's day-to-day life." Harry previously drew criticism over his comments about work, including from Victoria Richards, the Independent's Voices editor. In December she wrote, "I agree that life is short, and that you should seriously rethink any job that negatively impacts your mental health. However," she also added, "we don't all have the luxury of making the decision Harry made." The royal suggested that a wave of resignations sparked by the COVID pandemic wasn't necessarily a bad thing, as some people may now be prioritizing their mental health more than their career. Harry said, "I've actually discovered recently, courtesy of a chat with Better Up Science board member, Adam Grant, that a lot of the job resignations you mention aren't all bad. In fact, it is a sign that with self-awareness comes the need for change. Many people around the world have been stuck in jobs that didn't bring them joy, and now they're putting their mental health and happiness first. This is something to be celebrated." Harry's comments came after a year in which his grandmother the Queen confirmed that he and Meghan would not return to the royal family as working royals. The couple announced their intentions to step back from their royal roles and work to become financially independent the previous year. However, Harry's comments about job resignations touched a nerve for many, including Ms. Richards. She said, "Let's get real, he's never going to know what it is to really struggle for money, and it is a privilege to be able to choose whether or not your job serves and nourishes you.